80 and overcast. But that's not going to stop us from getting it fired up. Even the war pigs can't stop us. Well, we all got here kind of together this morning. So shop's partially opened, partially not opened. How you doing? We're making it work. I'm Jimmy if you're new. That's Rob if you're not.
Come on.
So we're getting this place open up. We're going to see what happens this week. Last week was a very unusually slow week. A lot of odd jobs and stuff, but still, we managed to make it work. Now this week, coming into work, there was no traffic, which that's not a good sign. But you know what I'll do? I'll put some clips in right here so you know if it's worth watching this video at all. Well, we got a gloomy sky behind us. We got clouds and rain. It's about 80 degrees and very humid. And it's only like 7:30 in the morning. So we're gonna finish getting the shop open up. You guys saw whether it was gonna be worth sticking around or not. I hope you'll stick around either way, because we'll find a way to learn a thing or two and have some fun no matter what. Let's get in there and finish opening this place up. Stay tuned. The good thing about working on old cars is you get to work on them over and over and over. Came back with the runner code again, P1398. I started doing some testing, trying to keep a smiley face on. And I got my voltage to that solenoid. We replaced the solenoid last time because it wasn't turning on and off. So I said, well, maybe there's a problem with the solenoid. Maybe it's wiring, but pretty cut and dry last time. You saw it work when I was done, right? Here it is. No vacuum to either solenoid. I've got power and ground to the solenoid and nothing's happening. If I unplug it and put my own vacuum line in, then the runner controls move. So, got a defective part. For my next comeback, you guys might remember this one. I did a little front end work on it. And when I got done, I told the customer he's got bad tires. And I told him up front it's got bad tires. And now he's back, he wants to know what the shaking is. So let's lift it up, confirm it has bad tires, and see where that goes. Sure feels like a tire, I don't see it. Not sure if that shows up on camera, but that's the lumpity lump. So he needs tires. I'm anxious to get inside, see if there's another comeback or something silly to do. It's just one of those days, I guess. What are you gonna do, huh? I did get a sale though. We're gonna do the tires on the bus, and all 6 of them. I'm not sure about the back, but I mean, we're gonna do it, but we'll figure it out, I guess. Caps just pop on. The back, I'm not sure if some of these hold the cap on or it just pops off like the front. We'll figure it out. And I'm not going to film all 6 tires. It's not any fun for me or you. Heavy truck tires, yeah. We'll see if we make it through. We'll come out the other side. All right. Tires aren't here yet, I just found out. So we'll put this one on hold. We'll get on the old Jeep clutch come back. There she is. So, I'm trying to remember what I did with the wiring and stuff. Exhaust is a little warm. I didn't run it too long. I did drive it onto the lift. I didn't want to traumatize anyone, so I didn't record it. I apologize if you wanted to see it. Some people complain when I do that and stuff, and if they can't handle it, they don't want you to handle it, basically. Like redoing all kinds of work all day. If they can't handle it, they don't want you to handle it either, right? You do what you got to do, man. You make it work no matter what. 13 and a 13 up top that you can't really see, and the bleeder's up there too. The bleeder's in the back of it right here. You can see where it's angled down and the bleeder's in the back. And that's what causes all your trouble. So you bleed it with a nut in, and this is the line that goes to it. Let's get some tools. I'm going to make sure we got the right slave here first, then we'll pull it out. Okay, it's all about the dance, so let's dance. I got this contraption. This is a what the heck is this? It's a Work Pro, high-end 11mm crow's foot dealie. And we're gonna, if I can just break the line loose, it's a little easier to do this job because you don't have to try to hold the slave while you loosen that line with it out. So if I just gotta crack it loose, then it'll be easy after that, allegedly. Now it's gonna leak and make a mess, so we'll give it a minute. Not in a rush today. It doesn't feel like it's gonna be a productive day no matter what I do. I'm just rowing against the tide. I want to say last time I got real tricky going back together and I used this, but let's see. Uh-oh. I only need 2 hands. Excuse me a second. Oh, you think you're tricky, huh, Jeep? Didn't do the nut any favors, but just makes it easier going on and off every time we replace these Chinese parts. And it's like I've said before too, even when it comes to tools, parts, whatever, it's not that it's made in China that makes it bad. It's that the company having it made in China says the market value on that part is $70. So can you make it for us for $1.40? And China says, okay. And then we go, China makes junk. But it's not only profit driven when they make stuff. So if you want to make a quality part, I'm not going to say they can make it to our standards, but we're not perfect either. I don't know, it's just there's a lot of gray, that's what I'm saying. I want to make sure that it hadn't worn a hole in the fork or something silly, and it didn't. There is a small chance that the pressure plate failed or something weird like that, but once I put another slave in there, I'll have a better idea. And if I still can't get a pedal, we'll have to pull the training out of it. 2013 BMW 640iL. Customer wants their AC checked and they're waiting, and they have an extended warranty. And they got a California tag. Jimmy, can you take a quick look at it? Okay. I know your viewers really like an interesting AC check. 230/30. Let's go inside and see what the temperature is. It's been running a minute while I hook the machine up and all. Let's see. Not sure why he wants the AC checked, to tell you the truth at this point. Maybe he's from California and he's not used to the humidity. Humidity? What? How do you say it? The humidity. Something. I don't. Humidity. That's it. Kai Wheats. Let's see if this thing is on the fritz like it was last week. It was acting kind of weird. Let's see what happened now. It's on 60 degrees auto, and the fan is not even struggling because it's happy where it's at. 41 degrees. 41 degrees. So it's working good. I don't see anything wrong with it, but he wanted to check, so that's what we did. We checked it. It's good. Engine compartment hot. Open carefully. And it says hood open. Engine compartment hot. Open carefully. Hood open. It's kind of strange. I'm really kind of baffled. It's on auto, 60, and working pretty good. I'm not sure why he wants it checked. It says extended warranty on the paperwork, but they don't cover the diagnosis. It's basically how the day is going, so par for the course, like we're playing golf. I haven't played golf in a while, speaking of which. I'm gonna have to get on the golf course one day, even if I go by myself. Very nice car, it's in good shape. I'm gonna say it's like an 8. Pretty clean, maybe a 9. What do you think? What do you guys think? Should I go crazy and give him a 10? I don't think so. I'm gonna give him a 9. How about that? It's only got 98,577 miles, 11 years old. So that's good. That's like 8,000 miles a year. They're nice and easy on it. Let's go up front and see if maybe it stops working intermittently. Try to get a little more information. Call Paul Harvey. We haven't talked to him in a while. When you do comebacks on classic vehicles all day, you don't really need Paul Harvey much because you know the rest of the story. Aha! Paul Harvey says to hear a noise. And I hear a noise too. Very slight. The blower motor's grumbling. I'm probably going to need to get to the cabin filter and look at that. And it may be something in the fan, the blower fan, like leaves or sticks or napkins. It could also just be the blower motor going bad itself. So let me go up and talk to them now that I know his complaint is a noise, not really AC performance. We got to get permission to pull the blower motor out and have a look-see at it, or pull the cabin filter out. I'll look up the procedure for that too. It's probably easy. I mean, it's a BMW 640. Everything's pretty easy. All right, I put the line on the slave, locked it down, loosened the bleeder. I got the slave hanging out of the transmission. Got my bleeder thing in there so I can go through. I get in there, I can go through a half a gallon of brake fluid or so before I run out. Well, okay, maybe that's an exaggeration. Quart. Half a quart of brake fluid. Now we'll wait. Once I get pretty confident that there's no more air, snug up the bleeder, throw it back in with my quarter drive setup, and hopefully the clutch works when we're done. There's no way really to test it. You know, if I could see the fork move and it was external, then I could say whether I have enough travel or not, because normally if you can see the fork and it moves a good 1.25 inches or so, an inch, then you know there might be something going on with the pressure plate. But the way this isn't easy to bleed and it's not easy to get to the top bolt is the same way it's not easy to diagnose. So since these parts are under warranty, I said let's put them in, and hopefully it'll fix it. But I'm nowhere near 100% on it. Got the handy dandy bleeder contraption going on. Once I got a good vibe, I'll pull off the shop air and let it equalize. Pop that bad boy in there and we'll see what we got. Well, I gotta say those tires are a little bit better. That weather, that's really not any better. Sunny that way. We're gonna do the AC check now. I got love bugs. Every September, I think September and May, something like that, twice a year. They were pretty mild last year, but looks like this September there's gonna be lots of them. I keep seeing them everywhere. Let's fire this thing up, see what the pressures do. We got about 100, and it's about 88 degrees out right now. It's cooling down with that weather rolling in. It'll probably drop to 80 in about 5-10 minutes. This bus is from last week, if you saw last Friday's video. Changed Earl on it with Rob. I'll run this AC a bit and see where we're at. I don't feel any front fan. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Oh, something's happening. This thing is maxed out. The fan's not working. That's kind of strange. It feels like it's ice cold, but it's just not blowing out at you. All right, let's get to that blower fan somewheres. I think they're out under the hood on these Wonder Bars. I can hear the fan running. I wonder if it's got vacuum to it. Maybe it's blowing out the defrost. This thing's like a... the heck year is this? 2018. It's still got the vacuum hose to the HVAC. Oh yeah, it's blowing out defrost. It's got the vacuum hose to the HVAC like a 92 F150 or E150. That's pretty funny. Let's get to that vacuum line and see if there's vacuum going into the dash. If there is, then we might have a problem with the vacuum distributor inside here, just like the old days. Got to open the entry door so you can get at the the vacuum reservoir. You got to check for vacuum to it. If it's got vacuum, it should be coming out the dash. If it has vacuum and doesn't hold it, it might come out defrost, but usually when you accelerate, it'll go to defrost if the reservoir is bad. So I'm not sure yet what's going on down in the engine compartment. I know it's easier to look there, so that's what we're going to do. Well, I couldn't get to the vacuum reservoir inside. At least I think it's inside, if it's like the old ones. So I'm going to pull it out apart here and see. At least I think I am. I'm going to do the mandatory stab yourself with a pocket screwdriver, then it'll come apart. Usually how it works. Got a good vacuum. So I know it's good in this hose going into the dash. So there's something going on in the dash. Let's see how crazy they want to get with this. It was a quick look at the AC, Jimmy. Might have to take that handrail thing out. That's where it comes in. And there's a canister somewhere up here. Might take the glove box out of there. Sometimes you got to take the HVAC box out. Depends on where they decide to hide it. You could also add your own auxiliary vacuum reservoir if you want, once you bypass the leaking one. I know in the older trucks they crack. So let's go talk to them up front and see how much further we're going to go with this. I know the tires and the oil change stuff are all done. All right. They're going to let me know on the bus. And we got the BMW going. He says, I want to fix it either way, so just go ahead and fix it, and then we'll work out whether they're going to cover it or not. The problem is sometimes you don't even hear from the company the same day back, and it's going to be paid for before it leaves. But we're also going to make some aftermarket stuff fit, and we'll see how that goes. 2 hours labor for the cabin filter and the blower. The blower's under here. Take all the covers off, take some braces off, more boxes, and then pull the blower module out. It's not too terrible, really. It just feels a little silly while you work. I gotta go see what kind of fasteners we got. But I'll just be happy to get 2 hours today. That'd be good. It's a start. All right. Couple of torques for that guy, and whoop. Oh, I guess I got to take the bigger ones out to get that out. Yeah, you got to take this out to get that out to get to the cover. 0.6. I think it's like 1.4 for the blower and 0.6 for the cabin filter. It does look like there's been a tool in here, so maybe it's been changed and I jumped the gun on that. The blower we're going to inspect first before we put the new one in. I'm going to see if there's like trash in the blower cage or something, but probably just the motor itself. In my experience, they just go bad. Alright. I wasn't expecting to take the airbag out to do a cabin filter. Maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree here. I don't know. There it is. Something's happening. Alright. It only feels silly because it is. I'm not sure what's going on over here. There's some more stuff you got to take out of your way. Don't try to make it make sense. That'd be a first mistake. Oh yeah, see, it hooks into the console. Oh, there's another screw. I got it. Don't worry, I got it. I looked in the procedure, it showed 2 screws. Didn't mention this one, but hey, maybe it's an accessory. Maybe it's the high option package with the added screw for handling. I don't know. Oh my goodness, BMW. I guess you can make it as complicated as you want. Just pay the mechanics 0.6. Let them figure it out. Hopefully they put it all back together correctly and all that kind of stuff. No airbag codes. Now there's some screws on this. I apologize if it doesn't seem like I'm having fun, but at this point I can't really fake it. It's just not been a very productive day. And there's nothing you can do about it. There's a drain hose, goes to the cover for the cabin filter. All the BMW mechanics watching us are going, yeah, what's the big deal? This is not normal, guys. I don't know if you know it. This is not normal. The Toyota Camry, I think it was a Camry or Tacoma, whatever. I think it was a Camry. I did a cabin filter on the other day. Pop the glove box down, take a little plastic panel off, 2 clips, pull the cabin filter out. And the people aren't here doing the actual work get rich. That's what really matters. Oh man, I got my big shiny sweaty head in the way. Oh, I knew there was a 4th screw. Ready? Let's see what these look like. Yeah, they haven't been changed. Okay. Airflow is out towards the glove box. BMW trash. Look at this. I'm gonna have to vacuum the car too for 0.6. Yep. I guess I should be glad it's not 0.0, because BMW could have just said, oh yeah, those are free. To which I say, you put them in. Made in China. Nice. I think it faces this way. I'm not positive. This is how I'm going to put it in. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you. This one goes the other way. It's kind of weird. I didn't think that was the case. You don't want to over tighten these and strip the housing out, because then you get in trouble for doing an inferior job. And you know what? Just make sure when you put this lid in that you catch the feet in the back, because that's where there's no screws back here. It goes up into some feet like ledges, then the front screws hold it in. Got my airbag connector, everything. That's nice. Plug this in, and there's a safety latch on these airbags like there always is. So once you push it in, you got to push down this little catch that locks it in place. There's a bunch of little lips on the front of this that the airbag has to hook onto. You can't just put it up. That'd be way too easy. Thanks BMW, Franz, you guys are awesome. That was the easy part. Now we're gonna knock this fan motor out of here, see what it looks like. Right after we remove 1 or 2 clips and get us a visual on this what do you want to call it, fiasco? I'm not sure if that's the correct way to put it. If you talk to some BMW guys, it's a work of art. It's genius, and the engineering is second to none. If you want to make mechanics scratch their heads and customers get big repair bills, top of the line. Oh goodness gracious. All right, let's get serious, try to get this done. Customer's waiting and wants it back today. I'm not sure if it's going to happen at this point. We will have to see. There's some stuff to contend with over here. You got to pull this weather stripping up, pop some more clips out, Because when you tug on it, you're like, what's holding it? Now we're getting somewhere. Once you get all your stuff out of the way, you got a couple screws. You gotta take this brace out. It's in there, trust me. Uh-oh. Long socket might have been a mistake. We got it. Next thing you do, pull this out of here. Now you got to find some more screws and stuff to get that upper cover off. And oh, that one's under the wiper cowl. That's unfortunate. It's almost ready to come off of there. A couple more screws. Got to be another screw somewhere. I can feel something holding it. Oh, there's one in the back. Ow. Oh, you gotta take this off. Silly. How's it come off? I don't know. This is held on. Oh, clips. Okay. There you go. Comes right off. Now, it should anyway. That's probably not desirable. This is what I found in the cabin filter. Oh, you want to see too? Okay. This is our BMW Klimagoblis LL by Bear. Somehow that's in there. So I think there's a couple of electrical connectors and a couple more screws, and then that assembly lifts out, and then you can split that case in half and start changing the actual blower motor itself. You'll take your 1.4 and you'll like it. There's a connector over here and a connector over here, and 4 screws strategically placed. Then I'll be able to lift it out. Comes right out of there. No big deal. See, it's easy. I do see a leaf, but that ain't causing that trouble. The amount of ridiculousness we got going on here, it's getting a new one at this point. Don't go anywhere. Stay right there, will you? Ah, TYC, perfect. You wouldn't want to get one from BMW, they're too expensive. We'll put 3 or 4 of these in instead. They give you new cushions. I don't know if I like them better than the old ones though. The old ones look beefier to me. What do you guys think? What if they're tuned to the resonance of the motor or something? They just pop into the case. I'm going to put in the ones that came with the motor. They wouldn't sell them if they weren't any good. And you see how those have slides in them? That goes down into this piece, and this one doesn't have a slide. So this one faces up for the outer cover to go on. Look at that. Yeah, this is good. That's what they said in the engineering meeting. Keep it down over there, we're working. You see this? That's got to go down on that flange. So as you get it close, you got to make sure it catches that flange. Basically, if the screws line up and this hasn't been pushed back, it'll work. It's only the last little bit it catches. So, wish me luck. You can kind of reach back there and make sure it's in the slot. Got my 4 screws tight. I got my 2 connectors tight. I'll start putting this thing back together. It's like it was nothing. It's too easy. I had to raw dog that thing to get it in there. I don't know what it means. My son Jeremy said yesterday he raw dogged some Hawaiian rolls, but so I raw dogged this lid. Alright, 2 push pins, a clip, and a screw. The air temp sensor, I think that is. What else we gotta do? Gotta tighten up our brace, a couple of plastic covers. Come on, what's the big deal, Jimmy? Alright, all my plastique is on. This customer's in the waiting room. So whether it works or not, I think he's taking it. Otherwise I'd have tested it ahead of time, but no point. If he's got to take it, he's got to take it, right? Oh, listen how quiet it is though. I shouldn't have talked so much trash. Listen to that. Auto. Why is the fan on so low? It's set on 60. It should be higher, no? What do you think? It's auto, but the fan speed isn't automatically controlled. That's kind of confusing. Passenger restraint malfunction. Continue wearing safety belt. Consult nearest dealer. Hoping I have to pull that down again and check that connector. Let me get the scan tool. Doesn't work that way. Well, the blower fan's quiet. We got airbag codes and stuff, so let me grab the scan tool and see if it says passenger knee bag. Then I'll have to lower that back down and check that connector. All right, we got a little incommunicado going. Well, no, we got a communicado, not an incommunicado. And I dropped it already and looked, the connector's plugged in all the way. I'm wondering if it just set the code because I unplugged it. I don't know. I know one thing. If I go in here and try to clear it, we'll find out pretty quick if it won't clear. Then I got to recheck my connector, maybe take it back off and put it on again. But it's on all the way and latched. Half-hour cabin filter. It starts to feel a little silly after a while, but you can only play the cards you're dealt, right? So if you come to work and they set you up with 5 high, well, that would be a straight, wouldn't it? No. Yeah, you'd have some kind of pair. If it's only ace 2, 3, 4, 5, you'd be a straight. So if they did, if they made it so your hand was 6 high, starting at with an ace, well, that'd be ace high. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't play a lot of cards. Man, I'm gonna have to edit today's video. It's gonna only be like 11 minutes long, but at least it's raining outside where I'm at now, so that's cool. See the rain. We have a roof out here, but I mean it's raining over by the windshield, so that's like 8 feet from the wall, so it doesn't really keep you dry unless it's raining very lightly. Then it does. I just turned it back on. How do you like that? See if that messes it up. Yes, I know there's a malfunction. This is why I'm trying to do this. Well, it's going through that pretty quick. Boom. Transmitter under voltage battery. Seat signal. Knee airbag. Front passenger resistance too high. Alright. Let's go. Clear DTCs. See what ones clear and what ones don't. I don't think I had the key on when I unplugged that. Maybe I did. You're supposed to disconnect the battery when you do that, by the way, but I didn't feel like it. I apologize. I hope no one's sad about it, but it's one of the problems when mechanics aren't getting paid well. You cut corners, you go as fast as you can, you're trying to get it done. If someone tells you it pays 8 minutes to put this engine in, a mechanic's going to try to do it in 6 minutes. I don't think you want anyone to put an engine in your car in 6 minutes. Probably not going to do everything right. All right. Enough flapping. I think we might be okay. Don't brag yet. Let's see. Completed. Look at that. No codes. So it was just mad that I had disconnected it, even with the key off. Not sure how it knew. I'm going to give it a minute before I brag again and make sure it doesn't pop on again and give me an airbag warning. I do have the hood open, so that's correct. The blower's working nicely. I'm not sure why putting it on auto, it doesn't control blower fan speed, but it's not up to me. It's up to these guys. Bring my wallet. Broken mechanical wonder. Bitching, moaning, whining. You know, there's all kinds of things for that acronym. So I'm going to get this hood closed, pull this thing around. This guy would like to go. And frankly, I don't want to work on it anymore. Well, sadly, I think I have some bad news for this customer. I've been bleeding it for quite a while, and I bled it without even installing it. And I noticed when let's get this off here. I noticed when I slid the slave up onto the studs, it didn't fight me at all. Usually it pushes on the fork a little bit, but I have basically almost no clutch pedal. So I'm thinking that the fork is broken inside there now. I moved on to, I tried new parts and I got the same symptom. So unless we got a whole bunch of bad, inexpensively made parts, there's something going on with this pressure plate. But I think a lot of flapping going on. A lot of flapping going on between me and the rest of the guys, but I'm tired. It's the end of the day. We're getting ready to pull these doors down. I've had it. So not one of my better days, but I had a problem with my barbecue over the weekend. I had a problem with my shop vac over the weekend. And 3 comebacks right in a row. Then a BMW blower fan that pays an out in 1.4 hours. Just not feeling it today. I apologize if it's a gloomy day. We'll try to put a smile on our face in the morning. After a nice iced coffee in the morning, maybe I'll feel a little better tomorrow. Either way, I hope I didn't bring you down. I'm trying to put on a happy face, but it was pretty hard. Today was, the past couple of days has been rough. Don't worry, we'll be back at it tomorrow, and we'll have a smile on our face tomorrow. We'll have a smile on our face tomorrow. So, torque the like button on your way out and subscribe if you haven't yet. Hope I see you in the next video. You're awesome.